Hello, folks. How are we doing today? There we go. Oh my goodness. Hopefully everybody is hanging in there on this Wednesday. Got some Bariaus Valley. We finished Bariaus Valley yesterday. Monday. Wow. Okay. But yeah, we finished that one and we're moving on to Bariaus Hill. So, we are making some modifications to it. Where before we had a little bit of water kind of going up and over this ridge here. And it was suggested that instead we have another tunnel, like the one in the back here. So I think we're getting it pretty well made. So I think we're just going to continue with that. And yeah. Hopefully everybody's doing well. And so yeah, we'll get right into it, because the first thing we started on Monday was the topography for everything, because again, just like all the previous maps, we had a lot of we had to cut a lot of corners before, and now we're kind of not doing that as much, so let's go forward with that. I did rearrange a few things on my stream. Basically what I did was try to get my workspace for GDX to be a bit bigger, and more to what I usually do when I'm off stream if I'm doing anything. So hopefully it didn't mess up with the actual stream much itself. Mostly maybe resizing of my camera and a few other things, so hopefully everything turned out pretty well. And if you did notice, well, I think I did a good job then. Got a little bit of Mega Man X. Technically, it's the Rockman X collection that we're listening to right now, which is pretty sweet. I played a lot of the Mega Man X games. My favorite was always, I think, it's kind of a toss-up between 3 and 4. And that was mostly because those are the ones I owned, or had access to the most. And I really liked 0 when I was younger. I didn't like X as much as I liked 0. Which is, like blasphemy, I feel. I think all the side characters I always liked better than Mega Man. I liked Proto Man better. I liked Bass better. Hell, maybe even Roll on certain points, but I played a lot of Mega Man. I played quite a few of the NES ones. I think so. Nowadays, I do. I believe X is definitely better than 0. I still like Proto Man. Proto Man's still my favorite character. 100%. But yeah, now I have come to know the truth, so to speak, yeah. And then my favorite robot master, I guess is what they're called, was always Skullman, for some reason. And yes, Mega Man X is also better than Mega Man. There was a Mega Man cartoon show where Mega Man went into the future and met X. That was really cool. I always remember that episode a lot. Cutman's super cool. I don't know, there was always something about Skullman that kind of appealed to me, I guess, as a kid. But yeah, I'm definitely a sucker for Mega Man, and in general. Yeah, definitely. I don't know, he just seemed like the, you know, pretty cool bad guy, I guess. He seemed neat and kind of, I guess, more edgier than the other ones or something like that. I don't know. Cutman was really cool to me as well. Iceman was just a dude in a Eskimo, like, kind of the cold weather gear, so he didn't really seem too interesting. Gutsman was kind of cool. What else was there? Airman was just a big fan, right? These are like all the Pokemon before Pokemon came about, right? I don't even know if they... that kind of thing. That was really funny. How ridiculous they got as the series went on, too. It just kind of seemed to go places. Yeah, Storm Eagle, like the Mega Man X bosses. Storm Eagle was my most memorable, just because, like, you know, like the whole ship goes away and then he like comes down and stuff like that. That was really cool. What was the Boomer Quanger was always weird because I didn't know what like everything else was launch octopus, like it was an animal, like ice penguin, spark mandrill, I guess, was kind of close. Armored armadillo, yeah, I guess, yeah, it's chill penguin, isn't it? I'm looking at the Rockman names. I always started with Chill Penguin on my runs. Armored Armadillo. Yeah, you had to like break off his armor or something like that. I remember that portion. Like that was the biggest thing for Mega Man X. Like there was so much kind of like hidden stuff. Okay, so I clicked on this one and it went that way. Jum's happy birthday, good sir. Hope you are doing well. We're just, you know, over here casually talking about Mega Man. And itching my ear, you know, the usual. Oh yeah, the Hadoken in Mega Man X, and then I think it was the Shoryuken in Mega Man X 2. And then there was the overall, like, I think you got Zero stuff in 3. That was the big thing. And then 4 started introducing, like, the armors and stuff. Like, the armor pieces. Outside, no, like, 4 had the different armors, I think, right? No, because there was armor upgrades in X. Oh yeah, it's true. You got like the multi-buster or whatever it was. Yeah. Because that was the whole thing about Mega Man X, was like getting strong enough to be as good, if not better, than Zero. I think that's the whole... Yeah. I do remember those armor pieces and stuff. I guess in 2, like, they repair him or something like that. I think that's the concept behind it, or something close. he's like corrupted or something. Yeah. Well, I mean, for good reason. It is the best, if it is one of the best, if not the best, iteration of the game, so. And it just got worse as it went on, too, so. Unfortunately. Like, Mega Man 6 is like an abomination. Just in general, like, it is so bad. And then 5 felt like it, the people who playtested it only had, like, they used the cheat code to get the ultimate armor and never tested it without it. Because it was not good. I only wanted to go down one, thank you. Okay. There we go. Okay, so we got that one laid out. And so basically we do the same thing on the other side here. So I would assume that you would still have a lit. I'm getting really myth-clicky, like not accurate. I don't know if it's because I increased the size of my workspace window or what, but I'm definitely missing. So why the change to the map? A, the water originally didn't really like have a source. B, it was I learned that you can't have angled water. So I would have to edit it normally anyways. Yeah, it just kind of like went, like, it looks like it was like trying to like sprout from here for some reason, or something like that. So, I thought it would be still interesting to do kind of this thing, and then maybe kind of add on to the cave idea. Yeah, it didn't really have a source and didn't really make much sense. And that was mostly because I really wasn't, you know, thinking too much in regards of feasibility. I was just trying to see if I could edit a texture and see if it worked and get it in game and kind of thing. Because it was literally my first, like, actual texture edit. Or I added something from another map into this one. So it's just kind of like a rethink, you know, of the concept itself. And so when it was suggested that we do something different, I was like, yeah, you know, maybe something like this would be kind of cool. Can we edit textures? Yeah, exactly. So that is actually a really good question. That I guess I want to figure out how to ask. So I know that recently, I think it's Orkney or Orkney. Let me double check real quick. He was actually looking into, like, yeah, Orkney. Okay. He was looking into textures, or they were. I guess it's probably a better way to put it. Looking into slope types that Carmichael had already figured out, right? And Talcal had kind of deciphered how, like, the different types of weather between the rain and snow was figured out. Would it be, like, out of the question to ask if they could also look into the mesh file dependent portion. Because, like, I don't feel like I'm the best person to look into that kind of stuff, because I would just be, like, flailing around without knowing anything. And, like, do I ask him, like, directly, or, like, Like, that's true. Yeah, I guess I can try to just bring that up, right? That wouldn't be a bad idea. Or I guess somebody can bring it up. Because... that's true. You can always just say no, right? It's just like one of those, like, social things, like... like, hey guys, we're running into this really weird issue where some maps have a dependency on other, like, meshes, or take most of their data from a secondary mesh file or something like that. And we're trying to look into that. Would you guys be able to, or it's so weird. Because, like I said, I can do some kinds of research, but I'm not going to be able to really nail anything down, in my opinion, at least. And so, it was just a really weird interaction, in my opinion, when it kind of came through. I already kind of talked about my feelings on it a little bit. Well, like a few streams ago, like, where there are people who get really interested in things, kind of, and then when they either had their fill or move on to something else that's interesting to them, it's really hard for them to come back to things. And I kind of feel like that's where Carmichael is, or at least that response kind of makes it feel that way. Which is awesome. The guy does amazing stuff, and he creates created some crazy things for us. And so... but it is one of the bigger things that is left, like, unanswered when it comes to maps, is what and why certain maps have an extra one. And I did, like I said, I had that whole stream in regards to, like, research for it. So we went in and we went through every map in the game, and we just took it upon ourselves to go through every single vanilla map in the game, and then notate, like, hey, this one uses the initial mesh, and then also uses this one that's labeled as override or overridden. And I don't know if that's because of some reference somewhere, or if that's how it was labeled when Carmichael was building the program. Because I kind of got, like, when I was looking into some stuff for Tactics Ogre modding, because there is a programmer who is attempting to build something kind of similar for Tactics Ogre, at least the PSP version. And I was trying to like look into the files and see if I could like, hey, this file type is this way. Maybe I can get it to open somewhere. And it turns out he just doesn't know the data, like doesn't know enough about the data that he's able to pull from the actual disk or the PSP, the game. And so he just labeled it a specific file extension. And that file extension happens to also be used in different ways, such as like things in the source engine and a few other places that. Yeah, exactly. And I get kind of interested in that, but I don't have enough knowledge to like dig in, because that's where a bunch of modding comes from, right? Like it comes from the hex and understanding like if I tweak this value, this happens in game. And tactics has kind of spoiled me, because what they all of the beautiful people have done have taken that tweaking portion and moved it to applications that are easy to use from a non-hacking perspective or hex editing perspective, and then that injects, like it changes those values in game based on what you do. I guess it's more I am not I am visually inclined, not necessarily coding portion. Yeah, well, it's like you have to have a specific brain, Eric, in my opinion. In my opinion. You're not a real Hi, Nicer. So, I can definitely code little bits and pieces here, but bonks the specific brain. Go ahead, Jumza. So, like, move. It's actually not a bad idea at all. In fact, opening up like this whole portion entirely is actually probably a really solid idea. Yeah. I'm assuming we're talking about this portion, or are you also talking about this new one that we just added? Okay. Yeah, that was my assumption, but. And I guess to explain myself a little bit earlier, what I meant for having, I guess it's a really awkward way to say it, but I understand 3D spaces visually, because that's how I've always understood things, and it's one of the things that I think interested me the most when I started modding, because you get a lot of quick turnaround and quick feedback. You make an edit and something in-game changes, and you can play that change very quickly. And that very much appeals to me, just because I like to iterate and move around things like that. Where I guess if you want to pull in like the Matrix reference, like seeing the Matrix via the the scrolling green text, all I would see is the green text portion, and not the actual outcome of that portion or that stuff when it comes to things. So the data structure of how this level editor is built and everything like that is a mystery to me. The pieces and the portions and stuff like that on how to understand that thing. I could tell you like what I do to it and how I make it shift and work in game, and techniques and stuff, how to make it look like the vanilla version in Tactics, but I couldn't tell you why this tool here allows me, when I press these buttons, to move this stuff up and down. I just do it, and I use the tools. I don't really understand how they're built or how they're integrated into everything. And nor does that actually interest me, which seems weird to say. But it's the truth. Like, I don't find building that portion of it interesting. I find using it to build stuff interesting. Whereas I know a lot of people, it's a means to an end for a lot of people's way they think and the way they have a workflow. They want to be able to edit it at a specific level to get what they want. I'm usually around like manipulating the tool to do what I want to accomplish, not creating a tool so I can do that. And that's just kind of always the way I've been, is like creating something from what I have instead of creating something from nothing. Or because I'm not very good, in my opinion, at creating something from scratch, or a concept or something like that. I am very good at iterating on existing things, or working with somebody who has a vision of something and pushing that to. It's one of the bigger reasons why I like looked into making the map editor, the alternate map pack, so people could use this stuff for their portions, which is why it was such an interesting idea to me when I started out. It got me experience in my fundamentals, and that's why I feel like custom maps always challenge me, because I have to create based on a bunch of other references and everything. Is I have to create something from building blocks and from something that usually doesn't exist beforehand, at least in the context of this game. And so that's always been something that I've struggled with. Which is, I guess to my point, like everybody has, I guess, different ways of trying to accomplish what they're going for, and that, yeah, the process of that, like specifically for what Elric was saying, I believe that the reason you did that is because you enjoyed that, or doing all of those things. Possibly. I don't see how you could work so hard if you didn't enjoy it. But maybe you do. Maybe you just like being busy. I mean, that's its own thing too. But like that portion of it doesn't do it for me. And I like to help in the way that I can, but I do think that some people, some tasks, I'm not the one who would be the best person to attempt to solve it. And I feel like that's a cop-out, but I think it's also the truth. Just reviewing the stuff before, because I think we're pretty good on the topography now. I'm not saying that I can't do it. Hopefully that it's not coming across like that at all. It's more that I think I said it on that stream that we were talking about it originally too, is it's not somewhere where I want to spend time. And the only reason that is the case is because currently there is a workaround for a solution for the issue that was discovered. There's technically two of them, but one is a little nasty. That second option is you can still modify it in the old Ganesha. It's still editable there. So take that one as you will. But you, because of Dravis and the way we are adding maps to the map pack now, with expanding the ISO so we don't have to worry about sector space and size and things like that. Yeah, Jumsa had a solid idea to kind of just bring it in so it's easier to see. So right now, you'd be able to see a character right here and right here, so it does look like the only space that you can't see is if somebody's directly in the middle here. And I don't know what I would have to do to the map in order to be able to get that to be accessible, so... there are vanilla maps that also hide. I wouldn't say they're good, but... so we'll have to see how that goes. But... yeah, one single spot. Oh, this is all just sound effects. That's awesome. It's funny. It'd be a fun place. And they do that sometimes too, like Rio Veins hides the night and everything like that. So it's definitely not... it's a little cheeky thing to do on a map. Okay, I'm gonna do one quick look at the topography one more time. And then I think we're gonna start getting into editing the textures. Oh yeah. So good. Okay. Let's save one more time here. Okay. So, this lovely thing. There's a lot to work with here, which is awesome. There's a lot of long stripes and strips of things that we can string together to work with this texture quite well. Yes. So, as opposed to the last one. Exactly. Oh, okay. So, what's throwing me off hugely right here is because I haven't set any of the lighting. So it's like, why is that a different color? Okay, so that will resolve that issue quite quickly. Perfect, okay. That was very concerning. I was like, what? How is that even... Why is that even a thing? Okay, so these are different sizes. So let's resolve that real quick. Man. So I had so there is... Okay, so I work during my day job. I administrate for a loan origination software. And yes, very, very exciting. I know. But we basically just make lots of different edits and changes to the software based on, you know, the needs of the business and things like that. So, on Wednesdays, we have deployments of... So we have a development environment for all of our changes, and then we also have a production environment where basically all of our users exist in one way, shape, or form. And today was a release day for that. And what I had to do today was... So there's these basically like the thing called a pipeline, and if you can create one, and what it basically does is make a viewable Excel of individual files or loans based on filters, and then the columns that show up are set up as well. So that's what a pipeline is. It's a bunch of filters, and then what individual pieces of data on that loan are. And so one of my tasks for this this portion was to create a new pipeline. I'm trying to figure out a way to get the lighting for this portion to work correctly. Okay, that looks like it matches. So I was tasked this time around to make one that make a pipeline. Basically, that was my job for this request. Trying to get these to line up and also look nice because I'm trying to get that grass there. But this portion over here is not lining up very well. So I want to line up with a few portions. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by the work I'm doing. I know, terrible. Because I need, like, both lighting. I need... Sorry, what I can work with here. Ooh, that one's close. So weird, doesn't want to select. Anyway, I had to make 4 different ones, and so we have a bunch of different environments. So because we have the company that I work for owns a bunch of other mortgage companies as well. So we administrate for, I think it's no less than 4 companies, maybe more. And so I had to create this pipeline, and that pipeline was supposed to be used by all the companies that we owned. Oh, that looks good. That one fits pretty dang well right there. Okay, so that being said, I had to release that tonight. Actually, during the evening, I guess you would call it. Exactly. But, and the way... Initially, it took me... like 6-ish hours to build all 4 of them one time in one environment. And I had to do this 3 times, and to get it to the other places. So... Obviously, I don't want to spend 6 hours of my evening having to do all of that work again so it can get into the other environment. So there's a tool that was made by the company that... Hold on 1 second. I want to see if this is just... Okay, so it is... You don't? It's a sync tool, and that tool allows for the settings, I know, to be synced across the different environments. Very strange concept. Obviously, it is aptly named. Darker at all, but I don't think so. So I'm just gonna go with the flow here a little bit and see if I can get this portion taken care of. And so I use the sync tool. But the problem with the sync tool, I don't know if you've guessed yet, is it has the ability to sync the entire environment. Everything. All of it. So, if you're confused on what that means, it means that the tool has the ability to bring everything that is in development into production if you press the wrong buttons. So, a bunch of things that aren't done, a bunch of things that would break literally everything. It is a very powerful and very dangerous tool. It is also not made very user-friendly because it doesn't have, like, confirmation boxes or anything. It just has... It's like one of those text comparison tools where it's like, here is your source environment and here is your destination environment. Select your source and then press a button and it'll move it to the destination. No, like, are you sure you want to do this? It's going to overwrite this. If you press this button, you will overwrite your environment. Nope, no warnings, no nothing. Just press the button and pray to whatever god you believe in that you don't ruin the entire 10,000 user-based program. Very well made. So I had to use that 3 times today. And every time it was panic-inducing and nerve-wracking, because messing with something like that and messing it up and causing that kind of harm easily gets you fired. 100%, like, just, yep, you disrupted billions of dollars from coming into our company. You're probably not going to be around for much longer after that. So, yeah, it was just a nerve-wracking and terrible experience. But I kind of survived. I do not like how these are different colors. Why are all the walls... Can I do 4? No, you can't do 4. Okay. So they literally are different colors. Interesting. So I got, like, so panicked and worked up over that when I finished, I went to my wife and I'm like, I explained what I had just gone through and what I had just done, and I was like, I need a nap, or I need to lay down, because I am, like, still on edge. I'm still on edge right now. And she's like, okay. And so I went and I fell asleep for, like, maybe an hour and a half after all of that. So yeah, that was my work day today. It was something, that's for sure. Okay, so I can't do that because it would have to be... So it would need something to be the grass and something up here, maybe? There we go, that looks better. But yeah, like, that was my after work. It just cuts off, doesn't it? That doesn't look good at all. That one definitely wasn't made to be used for something else. trying to like, maybe if I flip it, I can work better with some other. Oh, I moved the camera, not the UV over here. I was like, what is going on? That looks okay. So that kind of fits in with this portion right here. So I just yeah, super high stress and like, kind of like walked away from my computer after getting everything done, and then QA going through it and confirming that it was deployed, and just like breathing a sigh of relief. And I went and we made dinner. We had taquitos, which are basically like tortillas that are filled with chicken and cheese. And then I was like, I need to go lay down, because that was insane. And so I did. And then I woke up and started. Got my kid to bed. And then we got a stream going. So it was very, very high for that. So that was the thing for today. You know what happened yesterday if you were in Kazan's stream last night. Yes, I am very much alive and actually slightly more rested than I was earlier today. But outside of that, if you were at Kazan's stream, you know what happened to us yesterday. We had a, just a slight tornado. Yeah, so there was a okay, so that is actually a different. That's a weird. Why is that being weird? Okay, so how did I do this? I did it like this. So it's technically only one height up. So I have to bring. Okay, no, so the bottom is it. It's the top that needs to come down. But yeah, we had to go in the basement. He's not in a tornado. Yeah. The mime crimes in the harp talk. There was a lot of miming in Kazan's stream last night. But yeah, we had a lovely little tornado that decided to stop by. But technically, it would be like right here. How do you think? Oh, that looks pretty good, actually. It kind of blends in with those portions and kind of comes across. Okay, so we fixed that spot. Still don't like the color right here, because I think these portions right here were lower. Yeah, they have a shadow. But yeah, we so it was at 4 o'clock yesterday. It was 80 degrees Fahrenheit. In the 12th of April. So, like a little bit warmer than normal spring day. And then the wind started, right? And there was... It's like 40 or 50 mile per hour winds. And that started blowing in cooler air from the other parts of the world, obviously, because that's how weather works. And it came in, and it got really cold. So it went from 80 degrees down to like maybe 50, maybe 45. So like a vast drop in temperature. And so that's like prime tornado weather, because it's just like, the hot air and the warm air mixing together, and then it turns into a funnel and big tornado. So obviously, like, where everybody's can see the writing on the wall, like the wind is coming in. We're kind of used to this because we live where we live, and that looks pretty good right there. I like that a lot, actually. Minus this little bottom portion, but I think we'll be okay. And so by, I want to say, probably closer to 8 o'clock that night, our sirens start going off. So, where is that? Where is it? Oh. It's just a lot of 39-second music clips. I lure you to the beach. That's a Death Stranding one reference, right? Scuttle your boats. I love that game. I really need to play it again. No, it's a silent. Oh. Well, I want it to be a Death Stranding one. Okay, so let's try to find a spot for this, huh? So what I want to do is I want to both... Oh, I want to get the stones. Looking good, but I also want it to line up with like the grass down here. That doesn't look awful, right? Okay. So 8 o'clock, raining, lightning, big storm stuff. It's just coming through, and the sirens start going off. And Kazan starts his stream. And I was like, so since the sirens are going off, we head to our basement. Because that's what you do in a tornado. You shut up and take my money. When a tornado comes, you go to a place that doesn't have any windows. Because when the wind happens, it tends to throw things into those windows and cause them to break. No. Luckily, we did not have anything. We had no damage. We somehow came out pretty unscathed, which is pretty awesome. So The hail started a little bit after we got down in the basement. And that was always fun. And then it took about, it's like it moves really pretty quickly. Like, yeah, obviously it's a giant mass of wind, right? And so what it felt like is it was moving through like a few miles away, and we were getting all of the crazy like storm portions that were feeding into it. And so when it was moving farther away, those storm portions didn't. So basically, like the tornado was like 10 miles away, maybe farther. But we were getting all of like the residual effects from everything that came by, which is kind of how it normally happens when stuff like that occurs. It's not like the tornado touched down in my neighborhood or anything like that, but it's still obviously dangerous, and yes, definitely it is an underground passage, exactly. Okay, so I'm trying to... Okay, that seems okay. Just trying to get the lines, even though they're different colors and everything like that, I'm trying to get them to line up in the best way I can. So, like I said, like 8:30 maybe. We got the all clear from the radio, from our weather radio man, and we went upstairs. And I put my kid to bed, who was very scared. Kind of one of the first major weather things that she had been a part of. So that was kind of fun. Guess I moved that down. It's like hit or miss, right? Can I do this? Ooh, that looks... Look at that good. Look how good that looks. Okay. She was scared. Kind of fun. Exactly. So he made it through there. Good on that side, and that portion looks nice there. Okay, let's clean up this portion here. She fell asleep, and then I also fell asleep. Well, I headed to bed after that. But so, as a few of you know, I like Final Fantasy Tactics, and there is a terrible game on the phone that is a mobile gacha game called War of the Visions, and they, a standard gacha affair, they have limited units that you can only get for a limited amount of time. Yes, I know, it's a strange concept. And they had one of those... You like tactics? What? They had an event that was going on. I don't know how to do this. To also keeping... Okay, so that seems pretty perfect right there. Okay. But they had a limited unit, and it's basically... So there is a Japanese version of the game, and there is a global version of the game. And the Japanese version of the game is 4 months ahead of the global version. And I was trying to get, there is a limited unit that is a very strong healer. Before that, there was Yuna from Final Fantasy X. She was the strongest healer in the game. But this new unit was able to both heal... Okay, so it has like... if you ever played Crystal Project, you'll understand this, but physical units require a resource called adrenaline points, where the Vigilance it's called action points. And all physical people start with 0 action points. And when you do something such as hit somebody with an attack or something like that, you gain those action points. And so what that does is severely nerfs the power output of any physical unit, because they don't have a charge time on their moves. So that's how they attempted to balance physical units. Why is that not lining up? Okay, now it's better. Okay, so that actually can't be put there. They can't be placed there because the lighting is off. And be deceptively strong. That's awesome. So what this unit does is it heals both your HP, but also has the ability to recover AP for units. So it can basically keep all of your physical people on the offensive and will allow your so it doesn't have MP in the game. It just has AP. And so what they do for magic users is they have they start with full AP, and then they drain, and they don't have a good way to get the AP back because they're not physical, so they don't usually run up and hit anything. It's actually a really cool system, in my opinion. And so I had been trying, in the limited amount of time that you are given, to attempt to secure said best healer in the game for the next 4 months. And I was trying my last run of it because the run for him ended last night, and I was trying for it a good portion of the evening. But spoilers, I didn't end up getting anything. I think I attempted to roll for him. I had like a 75%, so 15 times, which is way too much currency. Oh, congratulations on 5 Sky Arena wins. That's awesome. Yeah, but it drained all of my resources, and then I was like kind of scouring through all of the things I haven't done yet, because I have a pretty good team, So I can do like basically any content in that game. And so I was trying to build up stuff before like the clock rolled over and he was no longer summonable. So I stayed up way too late, which added to all of the pain and misery that I experienced today. So, one could say that I did it to myself. But that's okay. I made it through. Yes, you can always ask a map-making question in this stream. It is very highly encouraged. What's up? I want to copy a map's heavy weather state to a new night state, as it does not currently have one. Okay, let me save, and then I will show you what I think. I have actually never done that, but I think I know how to do it. So let me finish this thought real quick, and then I will show you the process that I believe needs to happen in order to accomplish that. Okay, we'll take a look at Wargulus. That's perfect. Okay, so I need to actually have grass on this one. Can we just use this space? Nope, no we can't. Hold on, I gotta resolve this visual concern real quick, and then we will get over there. Oh, it's so close. It's like over... Ah! There you go. So it kind of bleeds out. Okay, cool. Save there. Wargulus is map number... Can I go through it really fast and find it? No, I can't. I almost said. Okay, 42, thank you. Save once again. Okay, manage resources. Create a new night state. So you want this right here. It's heavy weather. And copy it to make a new night state. Okay, so before I had just edited day to be more night-like, but you need to have day heavy, right? And night heavy? Is that what you're saying? No, so I want night's normal weather to look like this. Or something similar. Dark. Okay, so you want to replicate this, but you don't want it to be heavy weather. You want it to be like normal. So this is going to get tricky. As of right now, I don't think we can do that last portion. Not in the direct way you're thinking, at least. So what you can do is, right now you can see the, I don't know if you guys how well you can see that or not, but we have a texture file of map 42, which is the one we're on, and the extension for the texture file is 24, and the extension for the mesh file is 25. So in our file structure, if I were to pull that up, let's look for file structure. Let's go here. So in our file structure of our maps, hopefully you guys can see that well enough. We have different file extensions. So you would need to find, I will find test 42. Okay, so these two files are what we're looking for. So that's the top one is the texture file, and the bottom is the mesh file. So these two right here, whenever the state is referenced, it will pull in this texture, and it will pull in this mesh. However, our concern here is that what Chumza wants to do doesn't exist. However, nighttime does exist on other maps. Nighttime exists on nighttime, I believe, exists on this one. It's never used in-game. So what I would consider is very weird and very hacky, but when you want to call the nighttime version of this map, you actually call the Hall of St. Moran Temple the night state, and replace the texture file map 316 and map 317 with the 4524 and 4525. So when you're pulling in when you're pulling in, oops, that's not what I wanted. Go back, bring Notepad++ back. So when you are referencing update files, for like, obviously you can comment and make sure you mark everything here. When you're referencing files, you can reference the maps in your folder to the maps there, and then call them in the attack out editor. It's how I'm going to be adding my maps for the custom maps into Unexplored without sacrificing any vanilla maps. So all of the vanilla is still going to be playable, and all of the events are still going to be pulled in. I'm just going to be using states that aren't originally accessible, that are originally used. The biggest gain you can get in this regard is actually from unused maps. So if we take take 15, it actually has resources for day, night, and a secondary day and night. So technically you can get four different ones just off of each state for this map. So that's a total of what, 8 maps? So day, say 1, alt, normal, strong, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 20. You have a slightly different. Okay, so you can do 20 different versions of this map if you wanted to. You would just need to call this map based on which state you want. So you can get 20 maps out of this one map, as long as it doesn't have a weird requirement for needing different things. Because they all have their own texture file, and they all have their own mesh file. And so you can have different terrain, you can have different animations, you can have whatever you need and reference them all. I can put all of unexplored maps in this file path and call them individually when I want them. The only problem I would need is to hack the weather. In Manage Map Resources, what do the buttons next to the palettes do? These things right here? They currently don't do anything. They are made to copy and paste, but that functionality was never implemented. I also don't think these buttons work. But I actually want to try that. Hold on one second. Where did I put that file? Okay, so 4. Okay, so my camera is in the way, but what I was actually thinking was so this allows you to switch between states based on the manager. But I was wondering if you could select the override state, but it doesn't look like you can. It selects both of them. I was curious if that allows you to do that based on that portion, but it does not. I didn't know if he had that built in somehow. Let's do 5 and 6 as well. So yeah, if you do this, you can see those portions, but this allows you to like selects both of them, but not the initial. But yeah, right now we actually can't. Feeling kind of lazy about it, but yeah, that would be the quickest way to do it. Is to reference your maps on a different map, and then in the event use that map, and then pull in the correct states. So. Now I gotta remember where we were. I think 80. 84? Yeah, okay. Looking good. Looking good. This one's almost dead on, but not quite. Yeah, we're making lots of progress. Pretty great. No, anytime. I like being able to kind of help with that kind of stuff. So yeah, basically we're just kind of fitting this side in the best we can. We'll probably actually replicate this little portion down here. I don't think it hurts to repeat those portions. But again, we'll just kind of work with what we have and go from there. Because a good portion of this is just UV correction, which is actually kind of nice. And I think as I go on in editing these, we'll run into this scenario more and more, where the only thing actually wrong with the texture is that it's not spaced out correctly, or it's just the UVs just aren't the correct size or anything like that. So and then once we get into more of that realm, I do think it will, like I said, a lot of the future ones will feel to go just like relatively much faster. Not as much about finding finding a texture as it is just resizing one so it works. So like this tiny thing right here on the UV space is gigantic compared to what it actually should be, which is this, and then you just find space for it afterward. And that quickly resolves pending issues you had with it. Okay, let's see what we can find. This one actually kind of fits. Except if you look at it, it's actually smaller than... Love to be able to have it match up to this one, but if I do that, we're gonna get... And also, I didn't actually shape these correctly. That does seem a bit big. I feel like it should be this size. That seems more accurate. And this would do the same thing. Because if you look, because if the more closer it resembles, obviously you can do this. You can have it just like go straight across. But the more closer I feel like resembles the polygon, the easier it is to get it to match the look you are going for. And I say that, but this has actually a pretty harsh line. There it goes. That looks much better. And apparently that's just me getting it right. So now we kind of have to find a hodgepodge of this right, literally right there. Okay. The only problem is this little shadow part right here is repeating in a way that I'm not very happy with. So, we'll do our best to... We're trying to line up the whole thing together. I don't think I'm going to find a perfect match anywhere without creating my own. But we can sure as heck try to take a look at it. We could also kind of cover it up with grass. So I think we're going to do that. So yeah, it's been a pretty crazy couple of days, I would say. And hopefully other people are faring a bit better than I am. But I'm surviving. My wife has been pretty awesome lately. More, I don't know. She's always been awesome, but very appreciative of her lately, at least, with all the struggles. Again, mostly self-imposed, but thank you. Yeah, hopefully. So I don't get. That's got such a weird cut. It's not 100% obvious. That actually looks pretty okay. We are definitely making quite the good progress. I don't think I touched this one. Okay, good. It's like, oh, that doesn't look like I want to fight it. So we've got all of that wall coming across here. Speaking of that, we should probably save. Okay, so this can kind of go wherever it wants, as long as I can fit in another. Basically the same color elsewhere. Okay, that kind of works with everything going on there. And so here, I most likely will just resize this. And the reason I say that is because we have some grass coming in. That can kind of hide what we got going on. Which allows for us to kind of fake it until what we have works. So that's perfect. How are these? These are too big. By far. This one should definitely be shrunk down to here. So it's pretty grass right there. So what's if we move that over here? That looks like it's a better transition. And so what we'll do is now get this moved over. But that goes down to here. But that also needs a grass for transition, so I'm gonna have to make this work somehow. It's a full one too. What do you say about this? Let me just kind of hide it. Good. Okay. So that is I guess a lesson to be learned from vanilla right here is they break up their texture very often by hold on 1 second. Trying to concentrate and do one thing at a time. By putting in like grass and other foliage as growth to kind of clear up some inconsistencies and allow you to just kind of have a transition into more or less a different piece. So I'm just trying to line this up. But yeah, this is, again, more running into that territory of I'm just making UV size edits and kind of just going with the flow of what's available to use. Kind of, you know, it's shaping out to be much nicer to look at, and overall just a better map so far. And just because we just edited, resized everything, because when I was creating things, I obviously didn't take in that portion. Okay, so that's actually not a... random grass growth. There we go. That's more grass on this one. Yeah, it's just on a completely different page, and look how small that is comparatively. Okay, so... resolve that portion right there. And then... okay, so... 1 height, 2... so it's 4. It's this... put another. Okay. Where is this one? Ooh, that's not gonna work out. Okay, so that seems pretty good there. It's not perfect, but I think it's gonna work for what we went. And so this... now we gotta move it around. Let's see if we can find... something that kind of works better. So that works down there, but doesn't work the other way. How about over here? What do we got? Anything we can abuse? Oh, okay. So, obviously, these ones... So what I'm trying to do is to get this kind of mesh together so it transitions back into the original. Except it was laid out so well. It's a little hard to do something like that. And not make it crazy obvious. That. There we go. Okay, so why I did that is because I want to be able to know what the final ground texture is going to be. That fits pretty well, actually. I want to see. Okay, going over there doesn't help. I'm gonna go over here. Does that change? There, it's good. Looking solid. Is it in the right spot? Yeah. And we can actually change this one because I don't really like it. So. Something more in line. Webb, how are you, sir? Hi. How's it going? Man, I haven't talked to you in ages. I've been good. I mod Final Fantasy Tactics. That's kind of my hobby now. Here, let me show you some of my own creations if you haven't seen them. So it's true. You have. Yeah, that's exactly what I've been doing. Oh man, it's so nice to see you. But yeah, I've been making like custom maps and stuff, and all of these are like 100% playable. So this is like the Phantom Train from Final Fantasy VI. I made a tree. It's supposed to be like the world tree from the Chocobo Forest. Thank you. It's Matoya's Cave from Final Fantasy. So this is an open source editor. You can find it here. Is my Nightbot not working? Really? You're gonna make me a liar, Nightbot? Hold on. There it goes. It's just working a little slow. Yeah, so it's made by somebody in the Final Fantasy Haptics community by the name of Garmichael. But it's open source, so you can take a look at it or anything like that. You just do that, and then you get the files off of the ISO, and you can load them into the game. But I got little fires that we made, and the skulls. This is from Final Fantasy 1. It's Matoya's Cave. And then, what else we got? We got Ronkin Ruins. This is my favorite I've made so far. Just texture-wise. Yep, these are all... Hold on one second, I need to pull up my... Where is that? So, custom maps. Settings. Okay, so custom maps is just in the normal bin. Okay, and so we go back into that. Actually, I need to check out. So let's take a look at 74. What's 74? Squeaky. Okay, so the Ronkin Ruins are currently showing up at Swiggy. So if I were to... I don't know if I've run this in a long time, so let's do that, I guess. We're doing it on the fly. Hold on one second. So there's tools. What they do is they basically add the files to the existing game, and then use the added files and reference them back to the game files. That's the code I was looking at earlier. So if I were to pull up this and go here. Hold on, there it goes. Okay. Let's see if we have. I don't know if I have the right memory card in, so we'll have to see. Yeah, we should have the other one. There we go. Let's try this one. I forgot his memory chip. We'll see if this works. I'm not sure if it'll freak out or not, because it's a random battle. We'll see if it picks the wrong palette to try to go with. Oh, I need to put Ramza in the game. So let's see if this breaks too much. Yeah, okay, so it's loading the wrong palette, but here it is in game and everything working. It's just using the wrong files, the wrong versions of it, so it runs around. This seems legit. Yeah. So it still has the model and everything, but if we were to go into here, Is that working? Oh, that's because I still have this up. We were going here and we were to select, like, what versions do exist? Oh, I'm on the wrong. Okay, that's why. This is basically it's trying to look for the wrong portions when it pulled the map in. I could do that a few more times, maybe. Actually, let's try that. Let's see if I can get a non. So I think if I approach it from the other side, it'll actually load this map in. So the texture space is hold that thought. I think it's 3, 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 256 by 256 pages. And just make it massive mindfuckery. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so we are going to quick save to 5, I guess. And hope not to get in a battle. And we're gonna click load 5. Huh? Okay. So now, if I approach it from this side, it should load in. If it ever gets me into a battle, it should load in the right. So I'm high on myself right now. Yep. So yeah, it's okay. So let's try this. Let's see if this one works. Because I think it's coming from the same angle you would. All I would need to do is reference the other palettes in this portion, but we'll see. Let's see if this works. Yeah, there you go. Okay. So, there it is. Now it's loading in the right one. It's actually loading in an old version. Interesting. Because I have redone these ones here. Yeah, 286 by 1024. Yep. So. But yeah, this is all in game. But yeah, it's really weird that it's loading in the wrong wheels. But yeah, it's very curious. I wonder why it's loading in the wrong texture. Maybe because I feel like I probably haven't saved to that one. But yeah, here it is running in there, in-game, and I can move around and select all the UI and everything. So, there's supposed to be statues, so this is you walking on top of those statues. What else do I have replaced? Mandalia is replaced by something. Don't get in a battle. Don't get into battle. I said not to get into it. Thank you. Show off my train tracks. Hopefully I have... Okay, so you're going in from this side? Maybe? I don't know. So, depending on which side you approach a random battle from is what the weather loads in, I believe. Oh, Final Fantasy Tactics is definitely my favorite. I have no idea what map this is, so we're about to find out together. I hope it loads the right one. Okay, so it's loading the wrong... Oh, this is my, one I was actually working on the other side. This one's just not done. This is supposed to be the floating continent from Final Fantasy VI. Also, Ramza didn't spawn because there's no spot for that thing. So I just died. That's very funny. Let's check what the other ones have. I would need to look. Okay, so it's legit. Phantom Train is currently tied to 75, which is Bariaus Volcano. Okay, so let's switch the Phantom Train and the Ronkin Ruins real quick. So I'm switching the maps that they reference when it does that. And then I don't have my command prompt up anymore, do I? Sure. Do that, and then we'll copy this. It's one of the warring triads. But yes. So I do... Don't dox myself. I do loan administration. I'm an administrator for loan origination software. So I do kind of coding and some stuff like that. Basically, it's like a multiplayer Excel sheet for mortgages. And I put in rules and make sure it runs and does all that cool stuff. So, but yeah, this is modding on the fly. So we loaded Swiggy Woods before, and now I switched the references, so now it's going to reference the Phantom Train instead. Oh, it's my old Phantom Train too. That's exciting. Can you body slam it? I'm sure it can be made to be body slammed. So this is my first experiment where like the ground is moving. And I have like a little wheel going on. This is my first train example. And they were supposed to be like connecting pieces between. Yes, that's exactly what it is. It's a UV animation going across. And then the wheel itself is a mesh animation. So for those of you curious, my normal viewers, I went to college with Webb, and he is a fantastic artist. Fantastic. We played lots of StarCraft and did lots of cool things. I don't know why all these are the wrong files. So silly. Anyway, that's that stuff. But right now, I'm actually going through and I made an entire mod. Well, what is it 80 something? 84. So I went through and made like an alternate version of every single story battle in Final Fantasy Tactics. It was like my first foray into modding and a bunch of other things. And some of the maps, let's say, some of the maps I just kind of got working. So they look like this. Where they're just kind of a hodgepodge of changes and stuff. And it's been like a year. So as much as I love making something look baller and substance painter, it's so fun to work with old school limitations where you have to be clever to make something that makes cool. Yes, yeah, it's definitely challenging, and not only that, but I really like pixel art. And a lot of the textures for back in the PlayStation, because you only had those like tiny, 256 by 256 little pieces, were pixel art textures. And so I'm learning how to do texturing through pixel art and doing that kind of stuff. And it's been a really, really fun adventure. As you can see, we've definitely come quite the journey, and a lot of these ones are going to be like changes to UVs or remaking some stuff. But let's see, like I don't know if I know you said it's your favorite, so but here's like a really iconic one. Yeah, I use Aspirite, which is here. So, let's say... Oh, that's the UV map. Whoops. I don't want that one. I just want the actual map. So here's the texture file for a... not this. Oh, maybe it is. Okay. Yes. So, the way... Final Fantasy Tactics pulls in and uses color is by loading separate palettes. So the base PNG is black and white, or grayscale, I guess is the best way to put it. And based on which grayscale, it assigns one of 16 different palettes to it. And then that's how it... And so what you do is you create the palette or edit the palette and then modify that and then go back to the default version and save that out. Yeah, I highly recommend... there's two different ones. I know a lot of people in the community use graphic scale, but I use Aseprite, Aprite. I also know there is a spriter in the community that uses Photoshop, which you are very familiar with. So it's definitely possible to do obviously in Photoshop. But I made this little rock here. So this is my own pixel art little portion right here. I filled in a hole that was on the texture with a few of these portions here. So and then those are right here on the map and everything. But if you're familiar, this is my edit to a pretty iconic map, I would say, in Final Fantasy Tactics. Yeah, it's very cheap. Yeah, $20. And if you were to be making maps like this for a game, there's a software called Crocodile that comes with basically built-in Aspirite and a level editor at the same time. I would highly recommend Crocodile if you are interested in that stuff. But yeah, so this is one of the edits that we cleaned up previously. We just finished up this one earlier this week. So I added a big old land bridge to the bottom, this portion here. But yeah, I have like different alternate versions of every single map in the game. Not every single map, every single story map in the game. But that's what we've been doing for like the past year, and then I started making custom maps as well. We've got a few like specifically referenced ones. So Kokojo, who's in the chat here, referenced this one. He wanted to make it's called the Grand Hallway. So we wanted to make a cool staircase. And then inside these cases here are supposed to be like petrified monsters that the owner of the castle keeps locked, like basically on display. But yeah, I made the textures here and completely custom. I reused and changed the palette for some vanilla stuff. There's that one. I made There you go. Yeah, it does. It does definitely remind like a Resident Evil map. I made a Coliseum. This is for a mod called Journey of the Five. So it's like a arena thing. So each side kind of has its own little thing, and you can climb up this tower. Again, I repurposed or made my own textures for portions here. Thank you. And then my first one that I ever made, I think it's this one? Yeah. Is this prison. So it's got little cells and little portions in it. But yeah, this is all 100% reusing assets and just kind of repurposing them with different palettes and different things. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. I'm pretty proud of it. And there's also a hidden chair underneath the map that I left in there for anybody who wants to. I should keep doing this, by the way. I should keep adding chairs into my maps somewhere. And then the latest custom one. Yeah. True veterans hide chairs, exactly. The latest custom version that we made is this map right here. So the coolest thing about this one is that the request was to make a map where
the test is over.
Web.
From this moment on, you are a raven.
Thank you so much, dude. I really appreciate that. Oh man, that's awesome. Thank you so much. But the request for this one was at any time, any of the platforms around the middle platform could be removed from the map during the battle. Don't spend all that 250 in place. You got it, man. You got it. So, So each one of these platforms has a unique animation where the water kind of comes over and then it goes away. So each one of these platforms has an animation like this on it. And then the texture map kind of looks like this. So it feels like it, but all the data is there, and so it's 100% possible, which is really cool. So without seeing all the ones, but this is the animation for what each one. So you have the little side pieces here. They get covered in water, and then they go to transparent. And then the bigger ones, the water takes an extra frame to get up. And then the same with the tops. So I utilized most of the texture space for the animation. That's why it's pretty bare bones map, but it came out really well, and I'm really happy with how everything goes. And yeah, so it was a lot of experimenting and some cool shit. So yeah, it's really awesome. But yeah, it has a whole animation system in it. Like I can so what is a windmill map, like 100? Nope, that's that one. 101? Nope. 99? I'm just gonna guess until I get it right. 103. I was going the wrong direction. So in this is the normal, well, this is my modified version, but when you come to, it's like the first fight with Weegraph in here, but we can actually modify this mesh to, I can make it spin faster. I think it's like, I can make it all like 1080, I think. I can make it super fast. you guys can't actually see how fast it's going. So I can slow it down. I can make it constantly rise. but yeah, we can. This was, and so all of this map stuff just happened within like the last year, and animation was pretty close to a lot less than that, maybe like just a few months ago, before all this stuff was figured out. But it's really cool. I can't. Yeah, I can click a bunch and move it around, but and so the neat thing for this is that you build it around the 0, point of the map, and it rotates based there, and then you animate it in position. So it's pretty clever on how to do everything. Yeah. There's so much, like, easily in the past year, we've broken it wide open. Coco Joe was like one of the first map makers, but he was using a very, very old. Am I still doing between two? That's right. Okay. Using old one, he didn't even have like it didn't render the palettes, so he had to like make edits and get them in game to see what they look like in color. But and then I started fumbling around with it on stream, and then people started kind of like helping me so I didn't struggle as much. And then a guy came in and redid the level editor. Garmichael came in and redid the level editor, and it's just been going crazy ever since. But yeah, it's super awesome. How far everything has come. I think it was 84. Was I on 84? Yeah, okay. So, and now, after I release my alternate map pack, I'm going back through it and making it so it's not just a hodgepodge of polygons and messed up UVs. I'm actually going through and making it look like it was actually textured and made for the game. Because like I showed you before, some of the maps were just... I made it work. I made an edit and I made it work. But it still looks ugly, and we didn't have a lot of the tools. So like, I couldn't multi-select, and then the lighting was like by hand, by tile originally in the first one. So it's definitely a change due to this new editor that helps things go much faster. So the lighting, yeah, yeah, it's vertex lighting, 100%. But Kokojo worked with Garmichael, and now it's automated. So when you select all of this and then hit this group button, what it does is it sets, based on the tiles around it, what angle it's supposed to accept the lighting, and then you can adjust these lights here for around the map. Thank you. That's awesome. I appreciate that. I hope it works out for you. I gotta make this animation work for this because it doesn't work right now. I will. Yeah, I gotta do this backside still. We only have this portion done so far. So I will get this done eventually. But yeah, web, I stream Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 p.m. Central till I either get too tired or decide I don't want to be miserable the next day at work. But yeah, that's what I've been doing for a bit now. Like, I think it's been over a year. That's for sure. About almost a year and a half now, doing this stuff. Okay. What else can we get done before we finish stream? I hope you've been doing well. It's definitely nice to talk to you again. It's been so long. Yeah, it does. It seems like forever. It's crazy. Oh, man. Okay, so what we're gonna try to do is try to find... yeah, there we go. So it looks like it runs down into the next portion. That's the only unfortunate part, is like the palette for the top, the in-between here, it's all brown, and on the side here, it's gray. So it seems really weird. Kind of just gotta work with what you have, right? I mean, I could go and edit the palette if I wanted to, but I don't feel like putting in that much work. We can get it looking nice and looking like the original, too. Ah, we made it to Mega Man X4. Nice. Yeah, it hits you right in the nostalgia. Exactly. Okay, so we've got this weird little piece there. I can match it somewhere. That seems about right. Oh man, now I'm just thinking about school stuff. Do you remember our compositing project, Web? Where we made ourselves like into Final Fantasy VII? I wonder, do you still have... I wonder if that video... Oh god, yes! I wonder if that video's still around somewhere. Oh man, I would love to show that off. I wonder if anybody has that still. So, somebody put it on YouTube? Oh my god. I wonder if it's still there. What would I do, like, Full Sail Final Fantasy VII? No, that's not gonna help. Compositing. Nope. Let's just do Final Fantasy? Nope, nothing close. Got some Full Sail ads, that's for sure. Yeah, no idea, no worries. Compositing, like, RPG, maybe? Oh, I love how the first YouTube video says why you should not go to Full Sail University. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah. Anyway, so what we did is we went, we had a compositing thing, which is basically like you make 3D objects, and then you take like real live video, and then you composite the two together to make it look like the 3D assets are actually part of the world. And so what we did is made like, we filmed like a video of us being in like Final Fantasy. So we would like, three of us walked like in the party, like you have all three people in the party following each other, from like spawned at a save point, and then we got in like a random battle, and we each did like different attacks, and the different attacks were like pieces of 3D art assets. It was really fun. Just a bunch of guys hanging out, making. I haven't talked to Voss in like quite a while. or anybody. Like, I know Ryan. Really hope that's his name. I think it was. There was quite a few of them, I think, in our class. But yeah, he comes by. He's the Twitch handle is Shadow Agent, but it's AJENT. I've definitely talked to him recently, so that's pretty cool. Obviously, I'm still friends with Max. He's my best friend, so I still hang out with him. He does 3D printing now, so his job is he makes like 3D printing and stuff. Good night, Kojo. Talk to you later. I'll have to tell him that you stopped by. That's awesome. Well, I messed that up. There we go. Yes. Yeah, he had a kid. It's a boy named Ethan. I actually have a 5-year-old daughter named Charlie. So yeah, I have a 5-year-old now, which is crazy. Oh man. Our first one we're playing. We're mostly making it our way through is the new Kirby game. But before that, it was Sackboy and Crash Bandicoot. So I'm slowly getting her to play stuff. And then I do game jams every once in a while, and she always wants to play those. Play the games that come out of those ones. So that's always fun to do. Oh man, that just like almost perfectly lines up without having to do anything. Yo. Definitely love to see that. Okay, I'm just gonna make sure that this is the right size, and then I'm gonna kind of keep that there because I like the moss growing in the middle of the level. And since you really won't see it, I can kind of just place it in there, right? See it go in there, right there. Okay, I'll go ahead and save. I'll probably hit these few here and then probably call it for the night. But yeah, man, it's definitely, like I said, I may not be streaming Friday. I'm actually probably going to go hang out with my best friend. Because we usually hang out every other weekend on Saturday nights, but he can't do it this Saturday. He can do it on Friday night. So I'm still trying to figure out if we're going to be doing that then. So unfortunately, I might miss a stream due to that. There we go. Get that one. And let's get this texture over here situated. Okay, I already did that. Cool. Excuse me. Okay, so we'll do the same thing over here. Man, it's really nice to find a music playlist that lasts for an entire stream, so I don't have to like mess around with it to make it play. Mega Man's always been good for that. But this is a collection of like all the Rockman games. So you definitely won't see that in game. So I'll just work with what I have. Thank you, Web. It was so nice talking to you again. You'll have to. So I have the same handle on Discord if you can find me anywhere, but if not, Facebook or whatever. Maybe we can hook up and or talk some more, or But I'll also be here doing this stuff continuously. So, but yeah, awesome. It was nice talking to you. Have a good sleep. I will be heading that way very shortly. Which way do I want to do this? I'll do this here. That way I can have multiple angles to come at this one. That one's way too big. There we go. And then if I'm here. And pull that one down. There we go. Okay. Well, we made... Basically, this side's done. So, it looks like a more or less completed map if you look at it from this side. But now we gotta do the shadow side to finish it off. But yeah, we got a lot accomplished. Basically half the map done tonight. So let's go see if we can find somebody to send everybody to. Maybe some people playing Final Fantasy Tactics. Let's take a look. Got people playing Elden Ring, of course. Oh, we raided Little Bunny last time. Let's see if somebody else... I think they're speedrunning still, so... let's see if anybody else is doing it. Nope, it's just them. So let's go ahead and send you guys over to Little Bunny Rue, which is the person we raided last time. They are... currently only have one viewer, so go ahead and say hi. They were very, very gracious last time. And I will possibly see you guys on Friday. If not, we'll see you on Monday again. But anyway, thank you very much for the support. Take care, and I will talk to you guys later. See you later.